Good evening, everyone. Ethan Stieber here with Stieber Weather Forecasting. Here to talk to you a little bit tonight about the upcoming severe weather threat that we have across really the entire area for tomorrow into the evening hours tomorrow night. We got two times that are of a little bit of a concern. First up is going to be the morning hours from about 4 a.m. to about 9 a.m. across the area as we'll see a warm front lift north across our region. And then we're going to see a little bit of a lull in the storm action across the day. We're going to be in what we call the warm sector. So we'll have that warm heating of the day. And then as the cold front comes through, say after about 4 or 5 o'clock until around midnight or so, where I think the main mode of severe weather will be out of the system. So let's dive right in. On your screen right now, you see this is the current severe weather outlook for tomorrow. This is Thursday, March 14th. Notice that everyone in the entire area is under a slight risk of severe weather. Again, that's about a 15% chance of seeing severe weather in your area. If we break it down by category, notice most of the counties in our viewing area are in the 2% probability for the tornado risk. There is a 5% probability off to our west, and it clips just portions of western Effingham and Clay counties. And the bigger focus for that is going to be near the St. Louis area, where they see a little bit better chance of some of that instability and some of those more supercell type storms. Next up is going to be our severe wind outlook. Again, that's where this slight risk is coming from, that 15% chance of some significant wind in the area, or some severe wind rather. And then finally, something we're going to have to watch tomorrow is the possibility for some severe hail. Notice most of us, especially in the southern half of the area, are in the marginal risk for some severe hail, but there is some slight risk if you're north of I-70, say along that Route 130 corridor and off to the west. There's a little bit higher chance of seeing some severe hail and potentially some significant hail off to our immediate west, clipping again western portions of Effingham County. Again, remember that hatched risk indicates greater than 10% probability of some significant hail. So we'll have to keep an eye on that tomorrow. Again, that was pretty well the same spot where where the higher tornado probability potential was. So again, all these were put together by the Storm Prediction Center with the National Weather Service. Here's a different idea. This is put together by Colorado State. This is their machine learning probabilities, basically another severe weather prediction tool that we have. This one is a little more bullish with their outlook. Notice it would keep most of the area in a 5% tornado probability. We would also see an enhanced severe hail probability and a little bit around the same probability for some severe wind as well. If the Storm Prediction Center sees this tomorrow and is agreeing with some of this data, we could see an upgrade in the in the severe weather outlook. We could see an enhanced risk somewhere across the area. I think the best potential for the enhanced risk will probably be closer to those St. Louis counties, somewhere in this blue circled region. We'll just have to see tomorrow morning when those come out, and I will share those along as they become available. So we see all modes of severe weather are possible for tonight. Let's break it down and see what the data shows in terms of instability and wind shear. Remember, there's three things that we need for severe weather to happen. First one is, do we have energy in the atmosphere? Is there anything that these storms can feed off of? And what we can see, this is the convective available potential energy, or CAPE values. Again, that's that storm juice, as I like to call it sometimes, that these storms can feed off of. And notice, we'll put this first in the morning hours. We'll pick this up at, around 9 a.m. as those storms are leaving. Maybe a little bit of some CAPE in the area. Notice we're sitting right around pushing 2,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE, which is plenty of energy to get these storms fired up and going in the morning hours, again, as that warm front lifts north. And then if we look closer to the evening hours as these storms are moving through. I'll back this up just a little bit more. Notice again about the same thing, 1,500 to about 2,000 joules per kilogram of energy. So we will have plenty of energy as these storms move through across the area. And if we back this up even further, notice a lot of energy available in the atmosphere. Next thing we look at is bulk wind shear. This is, again, remember with wind shear, you're looking for two things. One, directional shear, which is the winds blowing at blowing out of different directions and different heights or levels of the atmosphere. And you're also looking at speed shear. How fast are they blowing at those different heights? So this first picture, this is more in the evening hours as these storms are rolling through, when I think kind of the main severe weather event will be. Notice winds are primarily out of the south to the southwest, running at a pretty good clip across the area. So those would be southwesterly winds. If we look a little bit higher up in the atmosphere, notice these winds are a little more southwest to almost west-southwest. So we will see that directional shear present in the area. We'll also see some speed shear. So wind and the wind shears, available for these storms. There's plenty of energy for these storms. All we need is a trigger mechanism now, and I'll show you what future radar could look like as these storms move through. So we're going to pick this first one up at midnight. This is the HRRR, and notice it wants to put some storms in the area, mainly north of I-70. So that'll be something especially to watch as we go through the overnight hours. Now, as that warm front begins to lift north, notice we could see some more showers and thunderstorms develop in the morning as this, overarching warm front begins to lift northward. And this would be around 5 a.m. So we could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms, potentially severe risk out of this. I think primarily the risk will be some damaging wind, maybe some hail. Out of this one, I don't see a big tornado threat in the morning. But again, these storms will be moving to the north and east as they work through the area. Everything will be pretty well out of the way by 7 a.m. With maybe, it wants to hint at maybe another little line of showers and thunderstorms coming through. This is now 10 a.m. across the area. We'll just have to see how this pans out. I'm not completely sold on this. If the storms do begin to lift through the area associated with that warm front this early in the morning, that could alter some of the instability factors that we see later in the day. So as we go on later in the day, we'll stop this around midday, right around the noon hour. Notice most of those showers and thunderstorms are now off to our east, and we'll have a little bit of time where the storms can really get going and develop some instability. It was a big fire up of storms just off to our west. This is 6 p.m. Tomorrow evening. Big development of showers and thunderstorms as we go further into the overnight hours. Here now is 8 p.m. Showers and thunderstorms immediately off to our west. This is where we could see some of that damaging wind and severe hail. And potentially some tornado threat, although I think that's going to be more focused around the St. Louis area. These storms move pretty quick through the area. We'll stop this here at midnight. Notice all of the storms are well off to our east. That's why I think best time for the second round of severe weather will probably be somewhere 4 or 5 o'clock to should be well out of the area by about midnight tomorrow night. Here's another different model run that paints a slightly different picture. Again, we'll pick this up at midnight tonight. This is a different forecast model, rather, not a different model run. Again, showers and thunderstorms to our north. As we go throughout the overnight hours, it doesn't put as many showers and thunderstorms associated with the lifting warm front overnight, but it trails, again, a couple showers and thunderstorms kind of along the back end of that warm front. This is 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So maybe some showers and thunderstorms in the morning. We'll see a little bit of a break as we go through midday. We'll stop this here at 7 p.m. And notice here comes the cold front off to our west. This storm system or this particular forecast model doesn't see these storms developing as impressively as the HRRR did, but nonetheless, it still does show some good thunderstorm development across the area. This is now 11 p.m. Tomorrow night. Could see some good showers and thunderstorms across the area with damaging wind, large hail, and the potential for tornadoes out of this. I think, again, damaging wind and large hail is going to be our primary threat out of this. But, again, it clears the area by about midnight tomorrow night. So, just to wrap things up here, best timing, I think we're going to see 2 rounds of severe weather potential tomorrow. First one is going to be in the morning hours from about 4 or 5 a.m. until about 9 a.m. when those storms begin to move out of the area. We could see some maybe showers and thunderstorms. I don't think they'll be very severe up until about the noon hour. After those move out of the way, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms begin to develop well off to our west. Those will fire up around 3, 4, 5 o'clock, and they will move into our area following that. That, I think, is going to be the bigger severe weather risk. Again, all hazards are on the table, and then it should clear the area by about midnight tomorrow night. So check back on the Facebook page and the YouTube channel for any severe weather updates. I will keep you posted as we go throughout the overnight hours tonight and on into the day tomorrow.